Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a review for you alongside, of course, turning it into something spiritual, talking about what it means to dress up and step into that future or higher self aspect of yourself. So let's get started. So the product I wish to share with you today is the Shrine Drop It hair dye drops, which I just recently ordered as part of the new moon and full moon circles I have been running with Nicolette and Kayla, and we decided for the new moon in Gemini to do something a bit more fun, a bit more interesting, because obviously healing is important and we don't want to bypass anything, but at the same time it's important to bring some lightness and some joy into your healing. It doesn't have to be heavy, it doesn't have to be intense, it can be fun, it can be joyful. Healing can feel good. So I've ordered this Drop It in this purple colour, and on the side of the box are the different shades that you can create with the different amounts of drops that you can use, information about what is inside the kit, instructions on how to use it, and information on the front which just explains that it's cruelty free and it also is plastic free, which is amazing. And then inside the box you receive a squishy silicone bowl, the hair drops, which I think there's 200 drops per bottle, and the kind of jellyfish mixing comb which you can also use to apply to your hair, and an instructions leaflet. The only thing that is not provided in the box is a pair of gloves, and I imagine that's because the whole point of this is that it is plastic free. So you can of course use just rubber gloves that you would use for washing up, or if you happen to have access to any kind of plastic or protective glove, maybe you have an old set that you kept from when you coloured your hair in the past, in which case you can reuse those. I definitely have a pair that I have kept and I will reuse. What's really nice about the bowl and the brush that you get is that they smell really good. It's like a fruity blueberry smell, which is really nice because I expected it to smell quite plasticky, but actually it doesn't. It smells really good. And then with the hair drops themselves, what's really cool is they are actually just drops, and so it makes it a lot easier for actually measuring out how much you would like to use so that you can get the desired colour that you'd like. Also, I really like the fact that you just use conditioner, any kind of conditioner, and you fill it up to where there is a line inside the bowl, and then put the amount of drops you would like in, and then mix it up with a brush, and then you start applying it to towel dried shampooed hair. So it's very simple to use, and obviously the more drops you use, the longer the colour will last. So I'm going to change mine up for the new moon circle, so I will be back to show you how it looks for me. I don't think I'd suit a very intense purple, so I'm probably going to go for more of a lilac-y kind of colour, so we'll see how that comes out. So here we have the finished look using the Shrine Drop It purple drops. I only used 9 drops for this because I really wanted a kind of pastel lilac look. And what I did notice is that the areas of my hair which are slightly older with bleach, where perhaps they need freshening up, they have become slightly more rose gold, if you like, with their colouring, which is pretty cool. And then the areas that are slightly newer took the lilac a lot stronger and are quite purpley. And together they're quite a nice look, but I can definitely see how having different layers and different ages of bleach in your hair actually make quite a difference. And I think I actually prefer the rose gold mixed in with, so in a way it's quite a nice look. But I would say that if you have fresher bleached hair or naturally quite light blonde hair, then you're more likely to find that it will take quite quickly to being a purple colour, and therefore you may wish to either strengthen your drops or use less, depending on the pastel or deeper toned purple or any of the other colours you'd like to use. It's definitely really easy to use Shrine Drop It. You put the conditioner in the bowl up to the level, put your drops in, mix it up, and then apply it in sections over the hair. I started at the bottom and worked my way up, as we all do in life. And I found that the only thing I noticed was that you really need to mix the drops in quite well so that you don't have splodges of the colour around the bowl. So I will definitely use this again. It was really easy to use, it was fun to use, and it smells amazing. I should add that as well. Not only does the bowl and the brush smell quite nice and fruity, as I mentioned earlier, but also the actual drops themselves smell quite nice, so you don't have that horrible ammonia smell when you're colouring your hair. And of course, because you're mixing it with a conditioner, you can choose the scent of the conditioner so your hair can smell really nice. And of course, it's going to be really good for your hair having conditioner on for 10 minutes, which is almost like a hair mask in itself. I would say the consistency of the conditioner is quite important. I noticed that I was using quite a cheap brand for the conditioner because then I didn't mind how much I used, and it was quite a thin consistency, and I did flick a couple of bits around the basin and on the floor, which I obviously wiped up. However, if you had a slightly better quality or a thicker consistency for conditioner, then that might work a bit better, I think. Then you won't feel it. It did feel as if it was slightly sliding off my hair at some points. So I think a better consistency for conditioner is actually quite important. And then you just rinse it off with warm water and just dry it. I added some mousse after I'd rinsed it just to style it with, and it was absolutely fine to use those products together. So I really like the product. I think Shrine have done an amazing job, and I will definitely be using it. And I really am inspired actually when I go back to having bleach blonde hair. After I'm able to see the hairdresser, I will definitely get the blue drops, which you can use with the purple drops as a toner. I think that'll work really, really well. So overall, I would give this product a 10 out of 10. But I did want to use this as an opportunity to talk about stepping into a different aspect of yourself and embodying it and embracing it and integrating it. As you may know, I really enjoy dressing up and stepping into the role of the priestess, the high priestess, the starseed, the witch, when I'm doing my work, whether that be with clients or making these videos on YouTube. I obviously don't walk around looking like this on a regular basis. However, something I discovered probably about 4 years ago is that when I dress a certain way, I feel a certain way, and therefore I can embody that feeling and how I would like to feel, which actually brings me a lot more confidence when I'm seeing clients. Back in 2016, I was giving readings at a mind, body and spirit fair, and I noticed that what I wore really helped me to feel more confident in the readings I was giving and in myself and trusting my intuition and my gifts more. So I started to apply this whenever I saw clients, and rather than just dress up professionally, as opposed to, you know, sitting in kind of a hoodie and sweatpants when I'm talking to clients, I decided to dress and embody the role of the healing aspect of who I am, which is very much that Lemurian, Atlantean, priestess vibe. And I found that the more I stepped into that, the more confident I felt, and therefore I was able to really just go with the flow of the session and trust my intuition more. And actually the sessions were a lot better, and I felt they flowed better, and I received a lot of good feedback from the clients. So if you haven't tried this, I definitely recommend it. It's not dressing up to be vain or shallow, but it's actually using it as an opportunity to step more into an aspect of yourself and really fully embody it and embrace it, and then share that and see how that changes things for you. We have just recently had a new moon in Gemini, and Gemini is all about accepting and integrating those different aspects of yourself. In Soul Plan, the energy number 7 is connected with the star sign Gemini, and the energy number 7 is actually the energy of integration. So already it gives you a clue that this is about taking all of those aspects of yourself and bringing them together and utilizing them as and when you need them. I think we almost feel as though we need to choose one aspect of ourselves and portray that for our life, and if we step outside of that, then oh my gosh, are we allowed to do that, or will people judge us or ridicule us? But actually it's very powerful when you really fully embody each aspect of yourself in the moment that you need to use it. At the end of the day, we are multifaceted beings, and therefore we don't have to just portray one aspect of that. If you feel throughout your life and throughout the seasons and the cycles of your life that you wish to change your look or step into a certain aspect of your power, then that is really important that you honor that. And the new moon in Gemini Circle that I co-host with Nicolette of Goddess Boss Coven and Kayla of Kayla Strong Living was based around integrating an aspect of your higher self or your future self that you would like to step into. And so I chose to step into my fire aspect of myself. I have a Sagittarius rising and a Leo moon, and I very rarely show that fire aspect of myself. I usually step very much into the Libran in me and very much into the softer energies I have in my soul plan charts, especially when I'm leading meditations, because it's perfect for that exact time. However, I've often judged that fire side of myself because I feared other people might judge it and might say, oh, you're too much, you're too intense, you're too fiery, you're too fierce. And so I rarely show that. And actually this new moon was an opportunity for me to explore that aspect of myself which I hadn't looked into before. And what I found really interesting is that for my soul, the fire wasn't, you know, bright orange or red flame. It was actually a violet flame. And definitely the hair helped me with that. So I'm really glad that I took the leap and coloured my hair for that. But what it's done is given me an insight into another aspect of my soul and into an aspect of my fiery side, my violet flame side, and that is definitely something I'm going to be doing more research into. I'm slightly familiar with the violet flame anyway, but I'm really intrigued to find out more and see how I can integrate that into my work, either whether it's just through these YouTube videos or whether it's through client sessions or when it's on my Instagram. I have no idea how it's going to show up, but I definitely really enjoyed meeting this side of myself and connecting with her. So if you've been feeling called to a certain aspect of yourself, or if you would like to explore an aspect of yourself, or if you did a journal prompt on the new moon in Gemini around what does your future self look like, how does he or she act, how does he or she hold themselves within society, how does he or she spend their day, then when you reflect on those prompts, actually what did you find and discover about yourself? Did you find that actually you need to embody something different, or did you find that you were already embracing and stepping into the future aspect of yourself, in which case it's already your present truth? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions about the shrine, drop it. Please do let me know as well. I'm always happy to help in any way that I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video.